non-chemo Sabi.
Hello.
That's 3. And I'll pray for you. Listen, Republican, I mean no Democrat any harm. If you're Republican, keeping from my story, because I come from an Army family, 101st Airborne Division, Harold A. Connell, I am going to make sure that R. Kelly shits in your mouth whenever he's released. Take care.
Oh, Lord.
Take care.
All right.
I'll pray for you.
Pray for you. Ah, ah, yeah, buddy. Ah, that is a classic. Hey, you too, mama. You got Instagram of the VS1 Collections. Check out my ministry. All right. Them black people don't say nothing. You know why? Because they supposed to pay their tithe. So they just don't talk to you. You know? They I just seen my son. I just seen yeah, shit, even my son, but my handicapped son, he went to Lincoln, and I was going up there. I'm like, what you mean he got a problem at Lincoln? I'm like, what did you talk about? I was walking up there like, come on, man. But it wasn't never nothing. But that's what his mama was. One thing about it, man, it's a trip how many people like. I don't know everything. I'm not trying to know. I'm gonna try and get the best information that I can, but uh, man, I need to be able to see this firsthand for sure. I was cracking up. I say, boy, you can get some bunk weed. A girl gave me some weed. I said, man, I'm cool. I don't even need it. She like, oh, you already touched it. She put it in my hand. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I said, I don't even smell it. I can't even smell it. I said, something wrong with my nose or something. So I asked the little dude, I said, man, you smell the weed? He's like, nah. I was like, ooh. I said, that's vicious right there. That's vicious. But what's crazy is like to have like all this how y'all doing? But what I was gonna talk about, it don't even like how many older folks is like Lincoln, like really Lincoln? Like old people went to Lincoln, that was just like a pride thing, right? The community, But I see it firsthand, and I damn near can see the whole play within the whole time I've been living, being able to see. Oh man, they got all kind of implants, and they done ship people, and people done shifted over here, there, and all kind of weirdo stuff. It's all kind, but ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not the problem. The problem is when you come with problems. The problem is when you creating problems. The problem is when you playing games, you know, because nah, that ain't Lincoln. Lincoln don't play games, you know, none of that. So I don't know. I don't even know. They told me if you Lincoln, you'll go and be an FBI informant because you got to. No, that ain't Lincoln. No, I'm not going for it. No, no, no. You are not. But people do it, or whatever they do, or however they do it, and however they little plans go, or whatever, and that's cool. Whatever you do is what you do. But don't use your tactics on me. Why you gonna use your goofball tactics on me and I ain't did nothing to you? Just cause you can? Wow. You know, but that's what's going on, man. You gotta pray for these people, man. I ain't did nothing wrong in so long, homie. And before, like, I when they've been man, they've been setting me up and trying to set me up damn near my whole life and trying to kill me. I'm like, wow. But I've sat and seen how many people will sit up under you and be cool until they get the information. I saw that too much, you know? Yeah, you know what I mean? But I don't be talking about that. I don't even be getting all into that crap because it just be too much, homie. I mean, I'm 50 years old. Look, I'm 50, homie. I'm 50. 50. Órale, pues. You know what I'm saying? I'm 50, homie. 50. Compa, compa. Yeah, I'm 50. You know? And you know what? I don't know. I've been going through all kind of weirdo stuff. I'm like, man, I had man coming to my house, eating dinner and everything around my kids and everything else. And I done seen so many relationships get tore down and tore up for nothing. It's been amazing. But what they doing is, thank you, I appreciate that. I don't feel good, but I'm hanging in there. I look better now. Hey, I slept outside last night. I was cool. I was cool. I was like, I mean, my boy left the door open, but I was cool. I said, I'm cool. I couldn't even sleep the whole day. I was by the pool, jacuzzi, trying to soak my back and stuff. I'm like, something ain't right, man. My skin was weird and stuff. I'm like, the hell, man? It's crazy, honey. But they got so many implants and weirdos coming, hanging out, and I'm glad I wasn't doing all that. You know, I'm glad, man. Everything happens for a reason, but they sure be trying to pull you into that mess, don't they? You know how many older folks is like really Lincoln, like, and really got a lot of pride with it, but I don't know what's going on, you know. But I mean, they got a fire department, Lincoln Park Fire Department. You know what I mean? But you know what? I have noticed what they'll do to you for talking about Lincoln. No, what they'll do to the real ones talking about Lincoln. Because they ain't did nothing to the other ones, you know. Because they got some special arrangements. I'm seeing what's going on. Somebody got some special. But they've been having some special arrangements for like a 30 piece or something, you know? But that is like, really like, but somebody using like the Mexicans. But you know what it is? I was just telling somebody about that, like, because I've had too much of a great relationship with Mexicans, right? My whole life. I mean, my babysitter when I was a kid, and her son was my best friend from around the corner from my house, was Mexican, and I go to their house, she walked me home and everything else every day, you know. And she had a restaurant, her own house. Well, they had a house and all that, you know. They was housed up, everything right, you know. That was the type of stuff that I was up under at first, you know. So I don't know. Which I took care of my own kids. If I had the opportunity to have my kids, I would just take care of my own kids. So it didn't even matter, you know. I wasn't really trying to like put them in daycares and all that stuff. I did that, You know, I used to do that with my cross the street neighbor, you know, had the daycare and all that. But I still would go over there like when the other kids was over there and all that. All my cousins, my niece, you know what I mean? She go over there, my nephew. I still would go over there. But I just been paying attention, man. You know, I just been paying attention to a lot of the moves, man. And then as far as Lincoln, there's so many different races and stuff like that. I guess now they busting them in from Lincoln. I mean, to Lincoln. They straight busting them in. Well, hmm. Hey, we would shoot pool over there too, though. They had the pool tables. Hey, all these got pool tables. Most of them. Man, we shoot pool all the time. Ping pong, pool, all that. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Man, I still haven't peed yet. Is that crazy? But I gotta go get me a bottle or something so I could pee in the bottle. But I asked this girl to give me one, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna use that. I wish AD if I found housing. Some program called me and said, hey, they got a bed for me, right? I'm like, but I'm not no drug addict or nothing. I don't need none of that type of stuff. I don't sleep with people and sleep in rooms with people with strangers. I don't do none of that type of stuff. None of it. I don't do none of it. I can't do it. So you might well kill me being in the car because I won't go to a shelter because you mad because you can't get some money for that. You know, they know how to get the money for all that stuff. They be knowing how to get they little cuts and all kind of. How my uncle died of starvation? Come on, man. Yeah, they very dangerous. I almost got stabbed up by a friend. Never even knew it was coming. Didn't even didn't even think nothing of it. That crazy? That's crazy. Yeah. And they waited for a minute until I kind of settled in there a little bit. But I still came every night. I came every night. The shelter like shut down like 9 at night. I would go ride the bus or the trolley or get a ride, and I walked down the whole street at 8 o'clock at night to get to the shelter. I had me a screwdriver, big screwdriver. But God made sure I didn't get in no trouble or get killed or kill somebody too. You know what I mean? I will say that. God is good, you know? It's crazy. Oh, there you go. Somebody loves you. You got some nice flowers there. Uh, oh, you just bought those, huh? Uh, Well, see, you love. You doing the loving. I wish. Do you have Instagram or anything? Ah, He bought some flowers just to give people. Ain't that something? Yeah. Yeah, they ain't gonna help you. You know what I mean? I just seen a well, regardless of whatever they was, I don't know what the heck. But people don't like you. Shit, you out the way. It's enough people that will jump on the bandwagon. That's hungry, starving, foaming at the mouth, all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, literally. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bay Vista's a great example, though. That don't make you Lincoln, homie, because you was in Bay Vista, homie. I'm trying to figure this out, though, man. I'm really trying to figure this thing out, boy. I just seen my brother on the bus stop that I take home all the time, and I don't even know if he got a home to go to now. But I'm really not understanding what's going on. But did they just put him in a worse situation to make everybody else look at him bad? So they ain't messing with him. I don't know. But what's going on? Why the folks? Why it's a lot of us. I'm looking at my uncle, me. I'm like, I'm sitting here looking at the moves being made. Hey, I was trying to like just wet my uncle's mouth and like, you know, like wet the inside of his mouth and stuff. Man, his whole top of his mouth was raw. I was like, what the heck is that? I said, come on, man. They got a move where they know how to stop you eating all these foods. They done got a little money, right? They done got a little money and learned all the devil tricks. Any trick that they can learn how to move like a devil, they did. That ain't Lincoln. So I don't even want to hear all that. So I don't know, man. Straight devils. That ain't Southeast. That ain't even a man. How about that? Men don't play. There's a lot of dudes playing games. But it gotta be for a reason. It got to be. It ain't just, just they just playing games for no reason. There's a reason behind that. What is it worth for me to be in jail? I ain't doing no good in no jail. Just to be out of somebody's way so they just know they ain't got to run into me or something. Basically. When I can't even do nothing. Hey, they made sure they told my body up to make sure I can't do nothing. No. No, I don't think so. I've never journeyed like that. When I fly or go or on a bus or train, I'm just going where my dough is. I ain't never really just wandered like that. I ain't never had it to wander like that. When I go somewhere, I done been to a lot of states, a lot of cities, but nah, I don't. I can't really say I've been to every state. No, I don't think so. But I just haven't had that time or that type of money just to loiter, or I ain't had no time to be like just take years out of my life to just drive around the different states and that ain't paying me a dollar or anything of that nature or anything that I got supposed to be going on or whatever. But I would like to. It's a lot of places I would like to go to. And it's a lot of places that I've been that I've never really did anything but sit in a hotel room and stuff like that. So that I've never got to experience. I've seen that a lot my whole life, but I There's a lot of places I still want to go experience. Certain places I would go, I would just walk everywhere, all around. Ride the bus and stuff. I'll be just going, moving around, looking at stuff, checking prices and stuff. I'm like, ooh, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? All went bad. How could I have a dad that would be like 100 years old that gave me the game out of this world and it was still tarnished, that gave you straight real game, no games and bull crap and mess and ignorance and yeah, that's a whole nother situation, you know. Hey, I used to park right here on this concrete. Man, they be all up in that car, man. Seriously. But I'm not doing it like that. I mean, my cousins, it go back to some whole other stuff though. You know, what was the purpose of raping a kid? Your folks, no, I'm gonna do a whole segment on that. So I ain't gonna even, but I've been trying to just do them and then make my little shorts, you know, because this is unreal. I hope the federal investigations don't come for talking about Lincoln, because Lincoln don't let me in the door no more. I've been going to Lincoln my whole life. My whole life. Literally. My whole life. Got my kid getting shifted off with some Mexicans over here, getting lost at football games and stuff. Come on, man. All kind of goofy games going on. But what they doing is putting you in binds where you can't say nothing.